Hello and welcome to Cinemondo with Kathy and Amit from D54. Yay!
Hello.
You know, it's kind of quiet right now. It's, the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're waiting for new stuff. We've seen all
Yep.
the big ones, Donkey and Solar. Well, you haven't. I've seen one of them. I saw Solar. I haven't seen Donkey yet. And I'm going to put... And so we decided we just saw the new Captain Miller song, which I've been really looking forward to Captain Miller because that movie looks really cool. He has another movie, a notorious movie I have heard. It's called Rocky, and it was from 2021. It's a Tamil film, and it was being touted as the most violent film ever made. Now, Solar is trying to take that mantle. It kept saying he's the most violent person in the world, I think was their copy line or something like that. Solar. And that was true. He was pretty violent. But this one has kind of a notorious reputation because number one, you cannot find it anywhere. Number two, it has been edited from the director's cut to take out some of the juicy stuff, apparently.
Wow.
And number three, it's supposed to be the most violent film ever made. I don't know. Was it? All right. So we looked, we dug, we tried to find, we begged. We got a screen. Yay. We got a screen. It was edited.
Pretty awesome.
I was hoping it wouldn't be, but it is. But that's okay. You know what? It didn't ruin it for me. But we are going to do a full review of that. I've got to, because
coming up,
this guy has a new movie coming out, Captain Miller. The actor in Rocky blew me away. His name is Vasanth Ravi. So we're doing a lot of connections here. We have Captain Miller coming out, Rocky. We have Vasanth Ravi, who was in this movie called Weapon that hasn't come out yet, but has a trailer that came out a few months ago, and we didn't pay any attention to it because I didn't know who was in it or what was going on. Now I do. Whole new appreciation. So we're doing a trailer reaction for this Weapon. Now, what do we know, Amit? What do we know about this movie?
Weapon. So we looked at it before. I think there's a tentative date at the moment because I couldn't find much information except from one source which says it's coming out at the end of 2024, November 30th, 2024. So this is like one of those like Leo kind of teasers. Didn't Leo like tease it had a teaser like 8 months before like the movie was released, and they kept showing it. But unlike Leo, this I've not seen the teaser yet, but I've not seen it like played every cinema hall, every movie I've gone to. Like the Leo teaser, oh my god, every single movie I saw in cinema, and mind you, I saw one of the other movies. It was played at every cinema, every
time, and twice sometimes. I would see the trailer before the movie started, and have the trailers, and then the movie would start, and they'd have the trailer ahead of that, so I'd see it twice in the same screening. I was like, okay, I've seen this trailer now twice.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, on Vasanth Ravi, I just had a look on his Wikipedia page. He's not. Rocky was his second movie. He done one other movie called Tara Money in 2017. He also
did some little movie called Jailer, which I barely heard of.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is. Some random
Jailer
guy. I'm joking, guys, in case anyone's getting sensitive. It's just I know who Rajinikanth is.
Everyone's aware of Jailer.
Yes, and he was the villain. Like he was like I guess he was like the backstabbing son or something like that.
Backstabbing son had to be taken down.
Yeah, I mean that movie was like so stacked with like cameos and stars. I think his role kind of got like diminished because obviously you have Rajinikanth, you have Mohanlal, you have Shiv Kumar, you have Jackie Shroff, you have all these Vinayak, all these like huge names, and so he's also there. But I think in Rocky he's the main star, right? He's number one.
He is Rocky. He is the star.
Yeah.
So what was cool about it is that like in Jailer, yes, he was kind of an unknown. He'd only done a couple movies. Like no, he's surrounded by tons of heavyweights, but he still had a pivotal role in that. He's kind of a relative nobody. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying as a new face on the scene.
Right.
So that's cool that he got to have something kind of critical and a major scene with Xenakov. So that's not something to shake a stick at. But what I loved about him in Rocky that I'm anxious to see this trailer to see, his look in this is that he was not a superhero like Prabhas and Solar. He was kind of a tired. He just got out of jail. He was clean. He was kind of gaunt, and he was kind of haunted and downbeat and very calm. So he's not like the usual superhero. The most violent film ever made. but it wasn't a
Yeah.
superhero movie. So that's the difference between Solar and Rocky. So that
Yeah. A
is
lot
the
of differences.
artistry of this director. So Captain Miller, I'm now
Yeah.
extra excited about because this guy is a visionary genius. Okay.
And he's with Tanush in that movie. So like,
Danush, oh my
yeah.
god. This movie's
Something else.
now Captain Miller just went, it just like shot through
I
the
know.
universe for me. Holy shit. But I
Yeah.
did
Wow.
want
So
to check
excited.
out I know exactly. I did want to check this out because I want to see this actor in it, and it just looks like it's gonna be badass. And I'm sorry I missed it the first time around. All right, so let's take a look at the trailer for Weapon, which stars my new favorite actor, Vasanth Ravi. All right, here we go.
டிகே நீங்கள் அனுப்புகிற மிஷினோட டீட்டெயில்ஸ்லாம் நான் படித்தேன். ஆனால் அதெல்லாம் வச்சு பார்க்கும்போது அவர் மனுஷனே இல்லை.
இவனை தான் ரொம்ப வருஷமா ட்ராக் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். எந்த ஒரு உயிரினத்தையும் உருவாக்குறது கஷ்டம், அழிக்கிறது ஈஸி.
இந்த உலகத்தில் எந்த ஆயுதத்தை வச்சும் அவனை கொல்ல முடியாது.
அவன் ஒரு சூப்பர் ஹியூமன்.
Okay. That all right. That is the opposite of Rocky, where and they even say up front, superhuman. We saw a quick glimpse.
Yeah.
Actually, a little pretty. Yeah, my favorite actor, Robbie. And he was all shaggy in Rocky, so he looks very trim. He looks very bulk and very in good shape now. So he's looking a little bit more like an action hero, which was the opposite way as a Rocky. That shows
Right.
But this looked nuts. Now, I love a hyperbole in trailers where it's like the craziest thing India's ever seen. You know, hilarious. What were your impressions? I know these aren't really your movies because you like Malayalam, a little more grounded, a little more artsy. But what do you think?
I mean, this movie had an independent cinema kind of look to it, though. Like the look of it had that, right? Like it was a lot of darkness. I mean, again, like this was one of those teaser trailers. Like I'm always finding it in between. Like now these days, like that felt like it was cut, like a few scenes cut together.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see teasers that are more just one small scene. I kind of think I like
they
those
had
more
footage. They had footage
in teasers, but this one, this looked like a mini movie kind of thing. But no, it looked pretty good. I did like sort of the action sequences.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with anyone in the cast, to be honest, but
you will be.
I will be pretty soon with Arun. I'm sorry, Ravi.
You'll have a whole new appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it looks good. I'm just wondering when this movie's gonna be out. It is another one of those. Surprised it's got less promotion because I saw at the bottom it had all the languages, so it's another one of these pan-Indian movies. But I've not heard of the distribution from. Like I've not seen a Kannada trailer or a like Malayalam or Hindi trailer, for instance. I've not seen like it even being online on like social media.
It needs more buzz.
Is this by a small studio or something like that? Is it because of that? Like I'm assuming so.
Yes.
It's so interesting because in Tamil cinema you have obviously your huge movies that come out, such as like Leo or Jigatandra, which we saw last year, which were big blockbusters that have a lot of funding behind them. But where do these small independent movies, like where do they fall? Do they have an audience? Do people go out to cinemas to watch these kind of movies, or do they get do they sort of fall behind just because of there's no Rajinikanth or there's no Vijay?
Good point.
Because like that would kind of make me a bit sad because again, Rocky, when you mentioned it, such a movie that's called the most violent movie ever, and as we sort of mentioned, it was borderline impossible for us to really get our hands on it.
I know.
Why for me? It's like
there's so much. inferior films, I'm not just saying Indian films, out there so easy to find on streaming. Why is Rocky not in rotation? I don't get it. Why it's being held back for some reason? It's weird. I don't understand.
Unless there's some kind of censorship reason or something like that. But
well, they censored it though.
It's already censored.
It's like
so even the censored cut is being.
that's so weird. I don't understand.
I mean, like just on the Wikipedia page for Rocky, like I'm reading, it's like a neo-noir action film.
Yeah.
This movie, Next, kind of gave me those vibes as well. I'm not sure if it's a superhero movie. If anything, it gave me like supervillain / anti-hero kind of vibes. Like it didn't give me a superhero kind of vibe. It gave me like
that gun jumped into his hand.
What
is
that?
That?
Cool.
What is
that?
That was just weird. Let me pull up some posters for this.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be cool. Wow.
The logo looks like, now this is coming from a Western point of view, but that looks like a Nazi themed thing. We have the eagle, we have the swastika. Like, what's going on with that logo? And it's like kind of strange.
I think it's more of like an aim, right? I don't think it's swastika. It's that's like a target. It's a target, isn't it? It's like
swastika.
Okay.
It's also an eagle with the swastika. See, the thing is, because there's an eagle with it, it just has that Nazi.
Potentially.
Maybe. I don't know. That's pretty weird, though.
It's a badge. Yeah. So interesting. The titles in English. Cool.
Yeah, titles in English.
But yeah, this is very, very ensemble cast feel to it. Like, how many characters are there in this movie?
I know. And there's my man up there on the top right,
looking with the gun.
Looking soulful and haunted, which is his specialty. But he's got a gun, so that's so. But it's a superhuman saga, and look, he's got his hands out like he can affect gravity or grab things. So that's kind of weird. We have no idea what this movie's about. It looks like a few of these people are in this poster more than once. But
it could be. Yes.
Yeah, there's a scene down the bottom that has a couple actors. So they have some action poses. They have some special shoot looking stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not special shoot. Nobody's really looking right at camera. But yeah, so there's that one.
I hate to make the comparisons, but the visual style looks a bit like Salah, right? With that whole dark tech, whatever they used.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah,
this poster looks a little bit like that with the grayscale.
Yeah, it has a desat, with a little tiny bit warm. But that, that's kind of the classy action poster look now. Yeah. Then we have this one that's super low res. But you see, you got my guy on the left, and we got our star on the right, and we got the same Nazi looking thing. I don't know what's going on there. But it also says Superhuman Saga. And this is what, an adaptation for the horizontal look for digital.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the tone. I think it makes it look upscale, makes it look like a upscale thing. But there's some great action in that. I love where the guy, they had a little more of that superhuman action, which wasn't in Rocky, where he pushes the guy, he goes flying through the air and then blows up in midair and you see the pieces falling. That was pretty gross.
Wow.
I did like
That's
that.
Intense.
That was something else. But you're right. That was a lot of footage. It felt like there were only a couple scenes, but they cut them together in a pretty clever way to make it feel like they had more footage than they really had. But I thought that looked pretty impressive. So I'm anxious to see what this is going to be. And maybe you guys can help us out with this. Because again, this came out a while ago and it's still not due out for a long time. So maybe you got some clues for us on storyline and like what this movie's about. And why is it not getting more attention? It seems like it would.
It doesn't even have a Wikipedia page at this point.
Yeah. Come on, you guys, help us out, man. Help these people out. This movie looks good. It's like Rocky's being held back for some reason. Who knows? It feels political. I don't like it. It needs to be promoted more. And this movie, like, why? Why are they trying to kill this guy's career? Okay, he's so good.
Confusing. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just Joshy. I know there's no conspiracy, but I just wonder. I see that and I'm sad. It makes me sad because if people saw Rocky, they'd be hiring this guy left and right. If they see it, but maybe they can. Maybe we're having a harder time because we're not in the know. I don't know. But we will be doing a full review of Rocky. I know we talked about Rocky a lot, but that's the whole reason we watched this trailer and the fact that it looks cool. So
definitely, it does look cool.
Any last thoughts?
No, as I said, if anyone has more information on sort of release times and dates, that would be cool. This is a teaser, so I think they had a song as well out from when I typed it on Google. I think no, sorry, I don't think there's any other promotional material.
No.
There's no other promotional material about this movie at all. So we'd love to see when I don't know, like a song release comes out or like an official trailer potentially. But first of all, I'd like to know when the heck is it coming out? That's probably the main thing. At least a ballpark figure. because that
Yeah.
would be cool. But yeah, look, I'm all for like independent-ish cinema without the big superstars.
Mhm.
So I have nothing but hope and praise for this kind of movie. Like I don't know much about
Hope and praise movie I know
Satyaraj.
nothing about.
Like I don't know much about Sathyaraj. Is he a
Yeah.
big star?
Bahubali. That little tiny
wow.
Bahubali 1 and 2. I think I recognize him
okay.
now. He usually doesn't have hair.
Right.
He was like a bad
Yeah,
guy
I'm
in
seeing his
there.
other pictures. Okay, no wonder I don't recognize him.
Chennai
He looks completely
Express.
different.
Yeah. Okay. So he's kind of a thing. All right.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's a big deal.
Yeah, he's a big deal. See how we
Yeah.
look really foolish right now.
Yep, we do, especially me.
So there is a big star in that, sort of. He wasn't the lead of Bahubali, but he was critical. So we'll give him that. He's been in a ton of movies. I'm looking at his IMDb page. He's
an
done a
old
lot.
veteran actor kind of thing. He's been acting since the early 90s, I'm seeing. 88
Wow.
he's in a movie. Maybe he was a child in that. Yeah.
Maybe he was a
he's been
child.
around. It could be sometimes when I look on the Wikipedia pages, like I'll be like, oh, this guy started in 1983, and I realize he debuted as a kid. I'm like, okay, well,
I know.
yeah.
And he's still got a career. Oh my god. So very esteemed actor. He's making a big action, which is, it's happening for a lot of these older actors as they're coming in as action heroes now because they have a sort of a fan base. And I like the idea of kind of this, more grizzled kind of action hero versus the young buff guy. I'm not saying that I don't like that too, but I'm just saying it's kind of cool to see them having a shot at that because you don't expect it as much. It's a little fresher. So I kind of like that. So clearly we don't have a whole lot of information about this movie, but we had to say something. Bye.
Yeah.